Ladies and gentlemen, starting off this week's Coming On Comments is Simon.
Hey, that was a pointless introduction.
You have to introduce someone else.
Okay. Oh, and coming in next would be Duralius.
Wow, guys. Wow.
Woo-woo!
Thanks for having me here. And you know what? Without further ado, I'd like to mention that we've got Thick 44 with us.
Hello, everyone. I didn't know that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
44.
Thank you for having me. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce our good friend Absro.
Wow. What's that? Star-studded afternoon. We
How do you get this many great names in one place?
In one place. Wow.
Yeah.
In the same
as if
office.
somebody was paying us to be here.
It's like Hollywood Squares from back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Good reference.
I know that's a reference that he would bash me on, and yet you have these
true.
really old references
True.
often, almost as often as anybody.
Well, your references are like the beginning of TV references.
Yours are all Gunsmoke
I remember
based.
meeting Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin.
Actually, he never did TV. He did just cinema.
TV.
It was called TV Ben.
TV.
To be or not to be.
I remember when Howdy Doody used to come on. Oh,
God,
I would watch Howdy Doody.
I used to want to suck his little.
What?
So, hurricane. Are we going to talk about hurricane?
Yeah, we gotta
stories?
Talk about the hurricane.
Crazy
We're back.
shit. We are
After
back.
what, 2 weeks?
Right.
At least.
15 days from when we met last to when we came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
It's weird not seeing each other for that long.
It was.
And you guys all left smartly, but I, the one who did not have, children or a family or, I stayed.
Well, you wanted to
Stay.
fight it.
I wanted to.
You were like,
I got a couple
Lieutenant
good
Dan,
punches
come
in.
get me,
Couple
take
good
me.
punches, yeah.
So
yeah.
you were supplied up, though, right?
I mean, yeah, with, it got down to the Chef Boyardee.
Did
Simon,
you have
would
your
have
big
loved
box
it.
of electricity with you?
My what?
Your big box of electricity?
Yeah, a couple bags.
Yeah. Because that's what you really got to really worry about.
They call those
PB&J.
batteries.
What's that?
They call those
They
batteries.
do. They do.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly, Chef Boyardee.
Peanut butter and
A lot of
batteries.
alcohol and little smokes and my Switch. But I will tell you, I wanted to get this out. The toughest part of it all,
Yeah.
you should probably put some dramatic music on right here.
It's here it is.
Right here.
Oh, God.
One morning I woke up, I walked outside, and there were pigeons eating my parsnips in Stardew Valley.
You didn't
Those
walk outside.
bastards.
You walked outside?
You hadn't built a
I
scarecrow?
had to build a scarecrow
Yeah,
on,
of course
on
you
the
got to build a
spot 'cause
scarecrow.
I wasn't going
Otherwise,
to
the
take that
pigeons,
shit every
yeah,
time.
the pigeons are going to absolutely take your parsnips if you don't build the fucking scarecrow.
Duralius. Yeah. How in God's name did you get through that?
By making a scarecrow. Never happened again. And that's not to make light on people that truly did suffer in this hurricane, because it was, I know.
When can I stop the music?
You should probably have never started it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because I don't get it, and that's okay.
Yeah,
It's a Stardew Valley
It's a game.
reference.
It's a video game.
Oh, of course I get it now.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
for the Switch, I usually just play Zelda on planes, but now I play Stardew Valley and hurricanes. So
Well, there you go. That's your
All right.
hurricane game.
that's my hurricane game.
How long did the Switch last you? Did you
Well,
have...
I had a charge, and fortunately, my car's like a charge station. So I had a little, like one of those little extra battery things for like a phone.
Uh-huh.
So I'd get the 3 hours out of the Switch, and then another couple out of the
car.
the charged thing that I had charged.
Right.
on
So
the
then so you just do that every day.
Every night, yeah, I'd get a little buzz on, pass out on my couch with all the windows open. After playing about 5 hours of Stardew Valley, and then
it's a fun game, isn't
rinse and repeat. Yeah, it was perfect for that environment. I was just lost, and shit was going off outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Duralius would go to
winds
the
blowing.
parking deck and hook a switch up to everybody's car batteries.
They couldn't move.
How long were you without power? Do you remember?
Almost a total of 4 days. So I feel like I'm because people are just even now still are just getting power back.
No, I remember when I think I talked to you on text, and
Yeah.
when you said you had power back, I was surprised.
Such
I
a
was like, wow, you
glorious,
got it already.
a glorious moment,
Yeah,
which
I
is
bet.
it's just one of those things you take for granted. But when it pops back on, it's like, oh,
It's back.
That's when you feel like the storm's over, because when I came back, we still didn't have power.
right.
And you felt like
You're still in.
we're living in a mess.
Yeah, and it is still a mess here.
Yeah.
Downtown stinks. It's god awful.
It does
There's
smell.
so much death and poop water and dead pig water, and all these fish died in Greenfield Lake because there's tons of salt water in it now.
Yeah.
And there's like bugs. I was telling Thick, there's bugs I've never seen downtown. that almost came. I don't know what the fuck is happening. There's these flies that look like they work out at Gold's Gym. Like, it's just all this different. There's a different thing happening that I guess comes with who
The
knows?
apocalypse.
The apocalypse.
Well, they were rinsing fish off the highway the other day.
Yeah.
Saw that.
Just weird stuff happening. It was a different storm for sure. I mean, we've had our hurricanes, but this
was a
one
bad
that,
one.
This one that
Yeah.
like just sat and teabagged us for.
Yeah.
Oh, the amount of rain was stupid.
It was
more
really,
rain than we've had here in 70 years.
and it was crazy to witness that too. It
Yep.
really was something different. The torrential would start again, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, a lot of homes were lost.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Or
And our
just
ground was
destroyed.
so wet already, so a lot of the big trees went
Yeah.
down.
Yep.
Oh, trees everywhere.
Everywhere. The
Every
big
road you go
boys.
on, there's just piles of trees on the side of the road.
Yeah, for the electricals crews and stuff, like I could only imagine. Like,
They did great though.
They're still,
did?
they're still
Yeah.
doing
Oh, yeah,
great.
they still
Those guys
are.
are still killing it.
Yeah, can I just say something really
Please
quick?
do.
The sense of community that I've felt here in North Carolina,
time.
South Carolina, like all over, has been amazing. I went to the mountains to retreat from the hurricane, and we met this couple who had a cabin. They let us stay there for free.
yeah.
And they had a little boy. His classroom got together, signed a bunch of, or these 2 gas cans, like love from Morganton.
Yeah.
And that's where I was staying, and gave us some money. And I'm like, look, I don't need money. They're like, well, put it to use in Wilmington. And so we know a family that their house is still underwater.
Yeah.
And they didn't have flood insurance. So we're going to give it to them. And it just makes you want to continue to do more and more good.
Absolutely.
It seems like, a lot of people in the world, they stack a lot of chips into like politicians and stuff. Stack your chips into the people around you and
No
help
shit.
out. Like that positivity is contagious because you can't help but feel it in the area.
And it's really easy if you're not involved or know anyone involved in these kind of things to just like, oh, that's unfortunate, and then on with your day. But yeah, if you can help, and like, that's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
We had a good time in my neighborhood. I mean, just half the neighborhood just going from yard to yard, cleaning up trees,
Yeah.
putting fences
Yep.
back together.
Yeah,
It goes quick when you have that many people.
definitely. And you got Apstro's house. You had the most damage of any of us.
Yeah, my neighborhood is a wreck. It's still a wreck.
And it was just that part of your neighborhood I heard, right?
Yes. My street didn't get the worst of it. There's a street behind us that they had water like chest high.
Yeah.
And in their houses. But I feel like I got the best and the worst of it because the best of it was when we were evacuating. I talked to my parents. I was like, where are you guys going to go? Because my parents live in Morehead City. They were going to evacuate too. And Mom's like, I found a place called Jekyll Island down in Georgia, and we're renting a house for a week. So mini vacation.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we went down to Jekyll Island. There was a shrimp and grits festival going on.
Oh, heck
I
yeah.
ate some good food, had some good shrimp and grits, had a good old time, and watched the whole hurricane from the comfort of a bar and watching the television.
And just to be clear, the only reason I stayed back wasn't like I was being ballsy or something. It's like I live on the second floor of a very solid building,
Yeah.
surrounded by solid buildings. I knew I was going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the worst that could have happened was some windows breaking or whatever.
Well, at first, what scared me at first is they were talking about it's going to be a Cat 4 when it rolls in.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
like, I was like, I want to get out.
Yeah.
Luckily, when it rolled in, it was, I think, a Cat 2, Cat 1, somewhere around there.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So the wind damage was not as bad as they were expecting.
the
It was
water
the water
flood,
damage.
yeah, the surge, and
was
that-
insane.
That's my biggest concern because I'm 2 miles away from the
Oh, yeah.
ocean. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And I think the closest that flooding came to my house was about 30 yards away. So we lucked out.
Yeah.
Well, I got I forgot what night it was. It must have been that Saturday night. We got a call from our neighbor, and she was in tears. She's like, it's bad. And they're like, what do you mean? She's like, your house has water in it. It has to have water in it. We're looking down there.
That's a fun call, huh?
Yeah. So it's like, your house has a foot of water in it. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, really? And she's like, the National Guard just went down there and pulled your neighbors out.
Fucking
So
A, man.
I'm glad I didn't
Yeah,
stay
you
because
would've had
that would have been me. Me and my wife and my daughter would have
They're-
had to have been evacuated to a hurricane
They're
shelter.
still getting people. Like
Yeah.
they're still rescuing
there's
people
parts of the
via
state
water.
that are screwed.
I heard today, like the I don't know if it was Cajun Army or whatever.
Cajun Navy.
Cajun Navy.
Cajun
Cajun
Navy.
Navy,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. They had like a couple hundred people to get today.
Damn.
This is
imagine.
this. Yeah. And
Those
today
guys have
being,
been
what's
amazing.
the date? Just so there's reference, because
Today
we record
is
this.
September
27th.
27th.
So this is the 27th, so several days.
This is,
Yeah. Cajun Navy.
Yeah.
A lot of private organizations like
Yeah.
Cajun Navy, Operation Barbecue set up here
Yeah.
in town.
Yeah.
They fed like over 100,000 people. They bring in trucks and tents and set up and just start cooking.
And that's one cool thing is like
That's awesome.
previous hurricanes and stuff and things like this. A common story is the element that comes in that's shady as fuck and takes advantage of.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they existed, but on the other side, this one has so much positive, so many positive groups and whatever coming in and helping out. It's pretty cool.
The guys working on my house are awesome. This company called Restoration One, and all they're doing right now is they're coming in and they're just tearing my house apart to dry it out. So they got to cut out all the drywall, rip up all the floors, but they're doing
Hanging up on clotheslines.
They're doing a fantastic job. I went in there like everything, like even though they've demolished everything still like kind of looks clean.
Yeah,
it's like they didn't let it, like there's not drywall everywhere.
It's because it's all wet.
Yeah. But they got a dumpster in there. They're cleaning it up. I mean, my house is still a wreck. And it's going to be a wreck probably for another few weeks.
Yeah.
But it's just having this company in there that knows
Esther had
exactly
a snake
what.
in his house.
Yeah.
Oh, talk about that.
Oh God, the copperhead.
Titan
I
ball.
didn't hear that.
He tamed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we had a copperhead in our house.
It's in your pocket now.
Yeah. I brought him. Here he is.
It's your penis.
You always play that on me.
That's a skinny penis.
No, when we
Still poisonous.
Leave the terms venomous.
venomous penis.
Not in his case.
But yeah, no, we had the company came in and we were like pulling furniture back so they could get to the walls. All of a sudden, I hear one of the ladies in there scream, "Oh my God!" She comes running out, and I'm like, "Oh, what is it?" She's like, "I think I saw a snake." She's like, "I don't have my glasses on. I think I saw a snake." So I go back there and I look. Yep, that's a snake. It's a copperhead, and it was curled up like behind my wife's desk in our master bedroom.
Hoping he can get away with it.
Yeah, at that point. So we killed him, obviously. But then we're like, how the fuck did he get into the house? Like that.
Tell me how you
That
killed
was a
him.
mystery. We killed him with a shovel.
Who?
Alan, the guy that runs Restoration One, he had a shovel with him at the time.
Nice.
Thankfully, so he just ran right in there and was like, all right, blip.
And that's his
For
only
him, 'cause
job
I
with
wouldn't
them
have
guys.
I would have been nervous trying to kill it. I've only killed one snake, so that would have.
There.
I would have been like, fuck,
Nah,
this is
he
a
did it.
poisonous one.
Yeah, no,
or
he was
venomous.
Venomous, yeah. Get it
venomous,
right.
yeah. But got it and then scooped it up in the shovel and then tossed it in the ditch in the back.
Yeah.
Bird food.
There you go.
But yeah, so
That's
that was
freaky though.
It is
got,
freaky.
You got a daughter and
Yeah, daughter and my
Family
wife, and
there
we were
walking
around
around.
that desk, like before.
Yeah.
like that's what it was like. He was under there the whole time. Like, oh,
Wow.
That's
It's
always
creepy.
weird to think
Yeah,
about.
It's
that
crazy.
is.
It's like he was there. But then, like now, that's what we figured out is because part of the drying the house, we had to take off our cabinets and our vanity in the master bathroom, and what we found is the bit of plumbing back there. There's a hole in the house. They didn't seal it up. You can
Straight to
see,
the dirt.
You can see straight through the damn grass.
Insane.
You should sue yourself.
I feel like I should. Put a class action lawsuit the fuck out of me.
Damn.
Well, you still have that sexual assault on yourself.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
case is still
For
open.
rubbing one out
Yeah.
the other year.
No, exactly. Yeah. That's in litigation. Well, we're going to mediation with that.
Yeah.
I'm not that worried.
it's gonna come back to bite you someday
It
when you
is.
start running for Supreme Court.
It is. That this is not hurricane related, but years ago, and Neebs and I were like doing the stunt thing. Remember, we were at Screen Gems, the back lot. We're moving the ramps, those like car ramps, the
Okay.
flippy ramps. Do you remember? For buddy Mike, we were moving these onto his truck this one afternoon, and then one of them, we'd been moving a bunch of them, and one flipped over at one point. We saw the bottom, and they were just like black widows everywhere. Do you remember that?
Carrying
It
carrying
definitely made
stuff.
an imprint on me.
I've got a lot of Black Widow stories.
Oh, I
They all
got you.
blur
But
together.
like where our fingers were moving these ramps the whole time, underneath
God.
every one of them, there were tons of it. It was like the perfect dark, wet environment apparently. And so we were like inches away, moving these for a long time without knowing,
They're right there.
because
right there by your fingers.
I wouldn't have done that.
yeah.
No, I wouldn't have done it either.
It was a creepy retro thought, like
Yeah.
knowing you were by that snake.
Yeah. Hey, but going back to the hurricane and hurricane relief, in the true spirit of Neebs Gaming, when is this going to be live, this podcast? What day? I need to know.
You need to know.
Tell us.
27th. What's today's date?
The
Today's
27th.
27th.
Not today.
I thought you said the 4th or something.
Yeah, the 4th.
Okay, perfect. So this is a call to action. Usually in October, around my birthday, I do a charity stream. We are going to do a charity stream for hurricane relief on October the 11th. Simon, put our Twitch channel here in the description.
When?
Huh?
When the video comes out on the
No, no, no.
27th.
I thought you were going to say on the screen. I'll do that, but when should I put it on the screen?
Now.
Whenever you want. Put it in the description.
Make the
and
decision.
It should already be
Thank
out by
you.
now.
But we
Boom,
got
it's
it. No,
there. Go.
No, I wanted him to make
That's
the call.
fine. That's
Okay.
fine. No, I appreciate that.
And now
All
it's
right.
gone.
No,
But we are going to. Hey,
you should have stayed up there
They
for
didn't get
longer.
to see it.
Damn it.
Bring it back.
Okay, here it is.
All right, bring it back. It's
All
back.
right, now it's done.
look.
You should put it in the description too, though.
That,
course.
put that
You'll
there.
forget.
Yeah.
Now do a single frame
will.
flash. Single frame flash.
So
Subliminal.
I'm gonna challenge our community.
Hey, I
One
went to
frame.
Florida, by the way, and nobody cared about that.
Okay.
Well,
We
but
didn't get
anyway,
to
no,
you.
it's okay. We're doing the thing.
Yeah. So
Is he trying to talk about his Florida thing?
Yeah.
Well, people are wondering what did Simon do? He's
Well,
the
we
only
were
one who
getting
did the
there,
zero
weren't
he
we?
did. Okay, go on.
okay. So I'm gonna challenge our community to be there in any way you can to support hurricane relief for North and South Carolina.
And you know what would be good? Well, I expect I'm not going to be happy unless we have at least 10,000 people there.
At least 10,000.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Twitch stream? That'd be
Why
nuts.
not?
That'd
I
be
mean,
nuts.
listen, we're telling everyone right now. I like to push people to do things. Put it in your freaking calendar. Okay?
This is an invite your entire family event.
Why not?
Like
I mean,
grandpa, grandma, like-
grandma, your next door neighbors, even the
Yeah.
weird ones.
Yep.
Now, the last charity stream we did, I think it was an insane number. We went 2,000% over our goal, I believe.
I think our goal was like $5.
It was like $500.
No, it was like 500. It
Yeah, it
was
was
500.
500.
If we only went 200 above that,
Yeah.
that's pretty pathetic.
So the goal for this stream is to raise $510. We're
It can't be
increasing
done.
the goal.
It can't be done, Thick.
But we
big goal.
Let's see if we
Let's
can
see.
beat the 2,000%.
Right.
by 4,000%. Yeah. So that's what we're going to
Yeah,
try
our
to
community,
do.
our community can do it. I believe in us. And yeah, let's help North and South Carolina
Yeah,
hurricane victims out.
Let's do it. That sounds
Whatever
fun.
gets
I'm
me
in.
into heaven.
Yeah. You've
your
got a lot of
birthday.
work to do.
I know,
Man,
God.
my birthday weekend got ruined.
Yeah, we were
Blast.
supposed
We
to
were
go
supposed to go to
away.
Moorhead. We're having a good
Blast.
time. Damn hurricane.
Man.
So
I was
Simon,
really upset about that.
yeah. Well, maybe we'll get down there during the fall or
I
something.
wonder what those horses do out there.
Out where? Oh, in like Shackleford?
Yeah.
They just stand in the rain.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
they
they're
just
living
hang
the
out.
life, man.
In the hurricane?
Yeah.
Oh, in the hurricane?
Oh, not in the hurricane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're living the life in the hurricane.
No, I thought you were just wondering what they do.
No, I'm
I'm
just-
like, oh, they're living the life.
I think about that. I think about like what a lot of the wildlife, how it reacts to these things. Because, you know, they
just
know what's
hunker down in
coming.
the trees or something.
I mean, yeah, the trees that
What-
fall
what-
over.
What can you do?
I know, right. It's not
'Cause
like
those
they're going to the
horses are-
Motel 8. What?
It's nature
Those
taking
horses,
its course
I'm
on
not
nature.
sure. Does everyone know that those horses are on an island?
There's, wild,
Wild
horses
horses.
not far from
Yeah.
Apstra's parents' home.
Yeah, there's an island called Shackleford that has wild horses all over it.
And then there's wild horses up in the northern Outer Banks.
Apparently, he's
up
from
by
a
Koala.
shipwreck back in the day, and the horses
Spanish.
got off the ship, something like that.
Shipwreck or something?
And the horses got on the island, and they just said, "Meh, let them
This
be."
is ours.
Yeah.
Put a flag up.
But do they not have any sort of like if you know?
No,
like,
they have population control on the island.
right. So then maybe they also during stuff like this, maybe they move them.
Yeah.
I
I don't know how many there
I
are.
doubt
How
they
many are
would
there?
move them.
Hundreds
They
or
would just leave it to
No.
population control, like nature's
Yeah.
population
Plus, they're
control
wild.
at this point.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
They- they're
yeah,
not-
of course,
don't
yeah, probably
interfere.
not.
They don't
Stupid,
fall
stupid
into-
thinking.
Yeah.
Simon, what did you do during the hurricane?
I
You
just went to Florida.
right?
That's it. Great story.
You couldn't wait to tell it.
No, I mean, I just wanted to mention
Yeah.
it.
No, of
There's
course.
nothing but I did go to I mean, it was crappy being away, but it was good because you could watch it. And I went to Buccaneers Philly game. I went to
Oh,
NFL
yeah.
game when I was there. We tried to make it into something that wasn't shitty.
Sure.
So I was like, all right, we'll see. Because I was worried about my house flooding. I got very minimal damage, but water did come up to like 5 feet away from the house. But that happens. So I'm just happy it didn't get in. So yeah, but we had fun. And I ate some pizza, had some Big Ziti.
I went to the mountains.
Really?
Nothing to do out there. The cabin I stayed in is in a horrible road. I feel like I'm going to die every time I take the road up to the
So
cabin.
picture that in the winter. One of those.
Oh, you can't drive it in the winter.
Right.
You have to walk up there. But yeah, it's just steep. One lane. If there's another car, you got to like figure out somewhere in the ditch to
Yeah,
go.
one of us is going
Really?
over.
And yeah, and coming down's the worst because you feel like your car is just going to start sliding because it's so steep.
Yeah.
And then you take a turn and you're worried you're going to like just slide into the trees.
That
and
bad,
it's
huh?
that same cabin we stayed in years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that road.
Yep.
And it was muddy too, right? It's like it's not a paved. Is it paved now?
There's sections that are paved because you
Okay.
will slide into the woods if
They
it's not-
Vaselined
Gotcha.
it, I hear.
Yeah. Anyway, there's not much to do
Waxed
up
it.
there. So
Right.
every day we would go to lunch we'd go to lunch in some little small mountain town, and there was a festival
Oh,
one time.
hey.
It was like 4 little tents with crafts and a like
It was
a
incest
little
fest.
mountain band.
And a mountain band.
Fest.
But I like that. I like experiencing because I mean, Wilmington's not a huge town.
Yeah.
No.
But it's not small like that.
But
So
was it
I-
really 4?
Yeah, it was like 4 tents.
4
and then,
tents
and then
and
like a little stage with a band.
Do you remember what was the festival? Was it named anything?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
How many people were
Anything
there?
to cancel
probably
out
50
incest
people
fest.
there.
Yeah.
So it was hopping.
Hopping, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Tell you,
awesome.
The Shrimp and Grits Festival on Jekyll Island, that thing was huge.
That sounds awesome.
It really
I wish I
does.
would have been there for that.
Well, when you go, like, to get to the festival, you have to go to the Jekyll Island airport, and they park everybody on the runway of this little airport, and then you basically hop in a shuttle bus, and it shuttles you over to the actual event. But I mean, just a ton of vendors, a ton of food.
If you were to guess how many different kinds of shrimp and grits were there,
See
if
the
you were
shrimp,
to
the shrimp
guess.
and grits part,
Six.
I would say maybe
six different
no, it wasn't that many.
Made
It
by
was
the
it was
same
only
dude.
a lot of the local restaurants, or maybe it might have been 10 to 12.
Oh, okay.
Like it wasn't that many,
Okay.
and it wasn't like I was kind of hoping that you could go up there and just sample
Yeah.
everybody's shrimp and grits. It's like no, you had to buy a plate of their
Well,
shrimp
it costs
and
money.
grits.
A whole
That-
plate?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
what
That's
they should
weird.
do, they should do the sample thing, but you buy a bracelet, to get into
yeah,
the
like
festival.
most places
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
do that.
no, they didn't. They did not do that. It was like, okay, you had like 12 vendors there.
I hate
selling
that
it-
festival.
Yeah,
I hate it
yeah.
already.
I was disappointed in that.
Well, but if you're there
in
with
that
6
particular
people,
thing.
what you could do is
Is
just
split-
everyone gets a different one, and then
Yeah.
everyone samples
That's
them
true.
themselves.
Or you get up on a table, you beat a glass with your fork, and you say, "Look, this is dumb.
yeah.
Everything that's
Really
happening
call
here
it
is
out.
dumb."
We want to try every shrimp and grit.
a little cup for $1.
yeah,
Yeah,
anything.
I like that.
Yeah, no,
Shot.
their operation was a little weird when it comes to that, but the festival was fun.
Yeah.
You know, it
Should
was what it
protest
was.
next year.
Yeah, should go there.
We'll all get a bunch of signs and
signs.
stand
Oh, just
outside.
sides booing. Yes.
So
Let's do it.
There were about 40,000 people there, so that was it was
Oh,
a big,
wow.
it was a
So
big
bigger than mine.
festival.
Yeah.
And they had a choice of 10
You're right.
shrimps and
Hey,
grits.
maybe I was in the wrong spot. Maybe
I
there's a
don't know,
spot
yeah.
that actually did that, but
That's a lot of people. That's a big festival.
yeah, it was a.
It almost seems like you made that number up.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
so
thinking.
big.
I'm thinking maybe that's like within like a 6-week period, and they go there every weekend. Yeah.
No, well, I read that on the website.
Was it the weekend thing though? Maybe it was
Yeah,
a weekend
it was like
turnout.
that could be the weekend turnout. It's like we're
Yeah.
expecting about 40,000 people at this festival.
That's how many
so
they've
that
had
could
total
be.
in
Yeah,
its
that could be
20-year
Friday,
festival
Saturday,
run.
Sunday.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So whilst I was in the mountains, I was only 20 minutes away from Neebs' hometown of Hickory, North Carolina,
Right.
which I went into. And the first thing we saw when we got up off
Meth.
the exit, well, kind of, yeah. You know what? Bingo! When we got off the exit,
Yeah.
was there
It's
was
at the tourist
there was a man
center.
out there who was like talking and blessing the trees off the exit.
That's why our trees are so good.
And,
then.
that was
and my
Frank.
kids were really amused by this guy, and the one was like, "I'm the Lorax. I speak to trees." And so we actually go into town after visiting with that man in a way.
And it is a lovely town.
It is. It was very nice. The little downtown area was great.
Yep.
And I expected nothing but banjos and incest, but no, it was great.
And it's a
Neebs.
lot bigger and wider, like spread out than
Yes.
I ever imagined it
Yeah.
would be. It's
It's
there's
like
a lot
4
of,
exits long.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of big.
4
Like
exits?
it's just like splayed out, It's
Okay.
one of those things.
cool.
Yeah.
We went to another island to the north of us called St. Simon Island.
Oh.
Well, it
And
makes
I
sense.
thought of you. It was a cute little town.
Island
lighthouse.
completely made of sandwiches and vulgarity.
It's like
They had
we
a-
got sandwiches, we got a pizza, we got a lighthouse.
Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Hey, welcome to Simon Island.
Zeet Fest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Zeet Fest.
We're expecting about 4 or 5 people.
Why so few people?
They don't know about it. It's,
Oh, okay. I didn't advertise.
you told them the 27th. It was actually the 4th.
Gotcha. Perfect. Damn it.
it's
one of those little-
Have a festival
Dorelli's-
every year. What's that?
The water stayed on the entire time, right?
Yeah. The only thing with my water is I took a shower every day, which felt great.
Because it was cold, wasn't it?
No,
Oh, really? You had warm water?
I had warm water. It's like I might have been the only one staying in my building, so I don't know if there was like.
Oh, just
but every day it was a
like
little
reserve.
bit less warm.
okay.
Because my house, it was cold water, which was welcomed.
Yeah.
Because it was hot.
Like
was
no,
no-
yeah. That even when it was colder, it felt wonderful.
Yeah, that's how you cool down. Took a shower.
Felt great. Yeah.
Well, I remember getting emails on my phone from like the city water, where like we might have to shut the water off.
That's right.
Like they were running out of fuel.
Yeah.
To clean, or is the fuel to clean the water? Or is it to,
I guess it's got to run some generators there.
But they found the fuel pretty quickly.
Yeah.
As if our water wasn't dirty enough before this. Like, shit, we're fucked.
Yeah, we're at the end of we're at the end of a river anyway. It's like this is all the nasty stuff from in the state just
Oh my
flows down
God.
here, and
It
now
really-
it's just like
It's
now it's hog shit and
Yeah.
dead fish.
Oh boy, and it smells that way. Anyway, have we covered the hurricane a little bit? We pretty good there.
Think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
Go right into the comments.
Sure.
Well,
Anyone?
or do we
wanna-
have to talk about a sponsor?
Dollar Shave Club.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
I want to get more of their shave butter. I love their shave butter.
So why don't you do it then?
I will.
I'm a
Damn.
member.
I will.
I get
to
stuff
put my house
from
back
them
together.
every
I'll
month.
fucking do it.
I'm going to start, I think.
I recommend the body wash. I have in the past, the lavender one.
And your little butt buddies.
I don't get those.
Okay.
No.
No, but I've used them and they clean very well.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to, you can go to dollarshaveclub.com/Neebs.
Yeah. Speaking of that business model, Neebs and I saw a commercial while we were at lunch for kind of like a Dollar Shave. I forgot what the company was called. But
I forget too, but they did air filters.
Yeah.
Like, that's genius.
Yeah.
it's like
Why
a
not just
subscription
have your
service for
air
filters.
filter
That's
sent to your
great.
house?
Yeah.
Right.
Who does that, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You could do that with probably a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, couldn't you?
Very coffee filters.
Toilet paper.
Yeah. Paper towels.
Shoes.
I know a
Paper
girl
planes.
who's her family. She's half Jordanian. Her family is like they own like the equivalent of Charmin in Jordan.
Wow.
Like that's her family's.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, why aren't you with her right now? You could leave this all behind and be living in a
Find you a sugar
palace.
mama.
It's just
toilet
interesting
paper
when you,
palace.
when you think about that stuff. Like just okay, all right. That's your empire.
The people who lived across the street from me, they're rich relatives that would come and visit all the time, and you knew they were rich because they had a Rolls Royce. So it'd be like, okay, and we just lived in a very moderate.
Well, how'd that tell you they were rich?
Yeah, exactly, right. So they had a Rolls Royce, and it was like, oh, what happened? They were fancy ketchup. So fancy,
Interesting.
Oh.
fancy ketchup.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I was just
Some
like,
people have expensive cars, and it's got like duct tape holding the bumper on.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
No, this was.
Is it in
Yeah.
good shape? Mm-hmm. But those people are crazy
Yeah.
because those cars are expensive to work on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you have that kind of money, it probably doesn't matter.
No, I'm talking to people with the duct tape on the
Oh,
bumper.
people with the
As
duct
long as
tape.
you can
yeah.
afford duct tape, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I don't
weird.
ever want a car that's expensive to repair.
So who's going first with their comments?
I got a comment.
Yes.
This one was just funny. It made me laugh. It just said, if Far Cry 5 was so good, why isn't there any Far Cry 5 2? Checkmate, atheist. It made me chuckle, and I wanted to read it. That was from Dim Sum.
That's pretty
Nice.
I was like, all right, yeah, I just want to read that.
That's
This was from a raft. This was from Mustafa. That's a big one. Says, what is happening to the voices? Are you guys sick or something? Best wishes. We recorded several rafts right after we came back from RTX.
Yeah.
And you can tell in our raft videos. Our
God, that
voices-
lasted forever.
Most of that series, because we recorded like 3 or 4
At a time, yeah.
At a time.
Because we could just sit down and like just blaze through it. But yeah, the voices carried over for several weeks.
It's like our voices got worse once a week for like 2 months.
It was weird.
So yeah, that was the reason. RTX had wrecked our voices. Last comment I only have 3, is from Caleb Foley. Says, hey, Neebs Gaming, been watching your 7 Days to Die GTA 5 raft and had started to watch your ARC. I think you guys are hilarious, and if I could, I would like to join a gaming group like yours, and you should put me in your next commenting on comment video. Caleb, if you want to do it, you can just do it. Find some friends, find a group of people.
They're out there.
Yeah,
And they're
enjoy
wonderful.
playing games, and
Yeah.
just start. Make some friends, man. Mm-hmm. Find the games you like. Find the games they like. Hopefully they
Be
gel
bold.
together.
Be bold.
Good
Do
advice.
it, man. Just do it.
Do it, man.
Do it. Quit typing about it. Just do it.
Do it.
Just get out
Yeah,
there.
quit
and do
typing about it.
it. Fucking do it.
Cut it out.
Who's
Caleb.
next?
Damn it, Caleb.
I'll go next.
You look
quick.
ready.
Yeah. So I got my comments, well, from a couple different videos. This one is from the ARC episode where we were in that cave with the death worm.
The ice
I
cave.
remember that. I
A lot
remember
of-
that.
You know, I've got some comments about Simon here.
Oh boy.
Oh, no. Junaid Azam says, not wanting to sound like a kiss ass, but man, Simon was so heroic,
Yeah.
leading from the front all by himself, trying his best to absorb the attacks from the death worms.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
did good.
you
Yeah.
kicked butt in that episode.
Well, that was
What
that
was
was a
it?
really easy job, right?
You held the shield up, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
No,
And
I
walk
appreciate
forward.
the comment, but
Easy
You
job.
could have
it was
been
really
facing the wrong
easy.
way or not held it up.
that's
Dude.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
you
And
coulda
I
screwed
died
it up, you
first.
didn't.
Like,
You could have forgot where the front is.
That is very true. That's true.
Dude,
I
you were on
appreciate
point that day.
I was on literally.
It doesn't stop there, Simon.
Oh no!
Abteam Tajden, he says, love you guys, but Simon rating for this episode is 1 million. He was awesome. And then the sad ending was just perfect.
Same video.
Same video.
Uh-huh.
But is that 1 million out of what?
Probably
Like 2
probably
billion?
10.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
good you were.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Captain Redneck comes in on the same video, says, you guys were close, good strategy, except Simon. The Shield Maiden needs to be much further ahead. The Death Worms have a huge AoE,
Yeah.
bigger than a Giga.
Yeah.
Have the Shield Maiden stay crouched and the shield out at all times. The rest of you following, keep your target about Simon's head, ready to fire. Also bring multiple shields. They absorb 100% of the dino's attacks. You'll need them to beat the Queen Worm at the end of the cave. Good luck.
What's AoE?
Area of. I was going to ask the same question. I figured out area of
Eggs. Eggs.
Area of.
Area AOE. Can you? Okay.
Whoa,
See, AOD would make sense. Like area of damage. Area of.
Area of damage would make sense, yeah.
Yeah. Area
Is
of.
the D's kind of next to the E key.
I'm going to try to look it up.
Area of effect.
All right.
So the effect of the worm, the damage that it dealt. Okay.
So we go
It
back
has
into
a
that
wide
cave.
AOE.
I wonder if it's not like a radius around it. Like if you're behind it,
Probably.
do you still get
Or either that or a cone in front.
cone?
AOE.
Oh, ooh.
Oh,
Ice worm's gonna get you. Ice worm's gonna get you. Ice worm's gonna get you. Oh, ice worm's gonna get
That was the whip, by the way.
yeah, sure it was.
tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Who knew that would turn into that?
You never know.
It was nice.
I had a
Sometimes
nice
weird
day.
things happen on this podcast. We just roll with it.
That brightened my week.
That's why
Sing
you
that
should.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the stream.
We
We'll
learned
fuck
a
it
new
up.
term.
We don't want to overdo Gloria Estefan. I feel like we do it a lot.
We couldn't. We couldn't if we tried.
She really is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think she overdid herself.
She should have her own
No.
font. Yeah. Gloria Estefan.
There you go.
I want
I'd
to.
use it on
I
every
want to stop
thumbnail.
right there and end on the highest note possible.
The
Thanks for-
podcast's over. It's not getting
Thanks,
any better
guys.
than
We'll
that.
see you next time.
You can play that again at the end.
Okay, good.
All right.
All right, the next comment is off our Spider-Man playthrough. It's from Doomy McDoomerson. It says, anyone notice how we've never seen Neebs and Spider-Man in the same room?
Interesting. You do have his
Neebs is
physique.
built like
Well,
Spider-Man, like a
yeah.
tall
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, and you're 15.
People called me Spider-Man when I was a kid
I can see that.
Yeah.
because I climbed everything. Didn't matter. Could be a piece of dental floss. I'd climb a string.
Scale it.
Neebs,
It
you
wasn't because you ate your mate after.
Well, that's
carried
that's
millions
the
of
female.
babies on your back.
Females do that.
They do.
Neebs, you said something that tickled me pretty good one time. I think you said they used to call my grandpa Spider-Man, not because he had superpowers, but he had a hard time getting out of the bathtub.
Sliding around.
That was great. It's good stuff. Who's
I've got one more.
okay, great.
Same video from Hots Kaufman. Said they never did find that guy in the vent. His body would probably be left there for 50 plus years. Now, this is the weird part of this comment. If you look up dead person in air vent, New York, you will find a few instances where a body was found
Oh, wow.
in an air vent after long periods of time. It's not something that I've ever looked up, nor do I know anybody who would look up dead person in air vent, New York.
I would look it up right
Google
now.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to even. No,
I don't want to see it. It's a story. It's like, it's not
Absher will
like
do
finding
it.
a picture
Don't
of it.
people get stuck in like chimneys and shit? Like,
I mean, you would think if you're
Santa
getting rid of
Claus?
a body, being from New York, you
Why
gotta
are you
always.
assuming it's getting rid of a bot? That's a horrible place to hide a body.
I understand. No, it's
I
not.
feel like
When
it's
you're
a
in
In
a,
an air vent?
listen to me. Listen to
Let's
me.
put this somewhere where the whole building's going to stink
No.
and they're going to go, what's that? Let's look for it.
No, listen to me. Okay.
listen.
When you want to get rid of a body, I know this. I'm half Italian. When you want to get rid of a body, you go to an abandoned building, right? And then you put it in the air vent. Now, if the building stinks, they're not going to start ripping through the air vent, and it's abandoned anyway. And who's going to be doing that? Who's going to be searching for
That
it?
seems hard to do.
No, it's not. My uncle did it.
Dead body stinks different than musty, you know?
No, of course it is, but it's an abandoned building.
You don't
Right.
think that some of these people are like, I'm going to crawl through that air vent, and then they get stuck? They just watch
that's what
Mission
I-
Impossible.
Who knows?
I mean, I found this is a story this year in August of 2018 of a hostess for a restaurant was trying to get in and just got stuck in the air vent and died. And they lost her for several days.
No trying to find a
Well, that's
hide a
days
body.
later. I'm not talking about that. Well, that happens too. I was
just
talking
saying,
about
listen-
getting rid of a body.
And could you
50
imagine
years later?
the mindset, like, this is how I'm going to go?
Oh, yeah. When you're in there, like, ugh.
Listen, we could save lives right now. If you're thinking about climbing into an air vent,
Don't.
tell somebody.
Never do it.
Have a buddy, an air vent buddy.
You know what?
Right.
Don't even tell anyone.
Or just don't.
No,
Yeah, don't
it's
even tell
fine.
anyone.
No, you could just tell somebody.
Just don't.
Just look,
At the-
Thick, I'm going to climb this air vent. If you don't see me,
Yeah.
That's where I am.
Right.
check.
I'm in
Drop
the air
a
vent.
text. You could even leave a note at the front door of this building.
Neebs,
and you
how many
probably
times
have a
have I
better
forgotten
chance.
things? You might not want to say,
well,
Thick.
I was using you as an example.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be
might,
the guy
I'm
I call.
a bad
I'd
example.
call
I'll
Abs
forget
Road.
all about you.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have somebody
Me
there
too.
with me. Have a buddy like that. Hey,
can
there's
pull
someone
you
there.
out.
This way you don't have to wait till 6 hours later. Hey, where's Frank?
You stuck? Yeah, you should probably get help.
Yep, get help now because I just got stuck.
So we probably got a couple days, so don't dilly-dally.
Find someone to vent to.
Ha.
So that's bad. Whenever anyone dies, that's obviously
Yeah.
bad.
And that guy in the Spider-Man game
You
is
should have stopped at
absolutely
Gloria
dead.
I
Estefan.
know that. Listen.
But I was picturing 50 years later. That's why I was saying get rid of a body.
Yeah.
If the word vent meant something different, that'd have been great.
It does mean something different.
No, if it would have been relevant. You're not going to vent to some. You're not like,
It's dual
I got to get
purpose.
this off my chest. Like, you're going to say, go get help. You're not going to vent. You're going to cry for help.
Wow. You really.
I'm just saying,
That
it could have
worked.
been. It could have been really good.
Well, listen.
No, this was.
No
this-
need for you to point out
No.
that. I
You
think
could say
I think it worked.
Yeah, tell me how
It
to
may
do
turn
it.
out to be
different.
a disastrous event.
I mean, it's wordy.
Event. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Event.
An AOE.
Thanks for joining my shit show.
Duralius in a shit show.
Yeah.
Coming to a town near you.
Are you done?
Vent puns for days.
It's my new book.
I'm done.
Anyone?
Go, man, go. It's all you.
All right, I'll go here. This is from one of the 7 days.
Oh.
I thought it was funny because it was ripping on me pretty good. This is from Justin Thompson. Duralius, I was a shooting instructor in the Marines, blah, blah, blee, blue, look at me. I do drugs and wear toe rings. Also, Duralius misses 90% of his shots this episode. Also, Duralius again, droopy dog voice. Video games in real life are different. Blah. People like you, Duralius. You are the light in my world, or the world. I love you. P.S. Thick is a champion and an inspiration to us all. Now, if only Dora could shoot like Thick.
Wait,
I
he
enjoyed
doesn't.
the whole.
He doesn't like
Was that
you
my
or
own
does?
comment?
It sounds like he likes me after
After mocking
just
him.
mocking me over.
Yeah, it's one of those people that'll give you a noogie and be like, you son of a bitch.
I love you though.
I love you, though. Yeah. Scamp.
You're a scamp.
Yeah,
You need to bring that word back.
I'm doing it.
I didn't know that was a word.
Scamp? Of course.
I know. I've heard of
Yeah,
shrimp,
no, vent
shrimp
was a word.
scampi. Is that the same?
No.
No. I think scamp, it's like a young, kind of rambunctious kid.
Like Duralius.
Scamp.
yeah, right. You're not gonna like this because it's so old. But one of the alien isolation videos popped up.
Okay.
Wow.
And I watch it. I'm
I
like,
have an old one too.
oh, nice.
But is it a recent comment?
Like a month ago.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Just said from Waiting Room. So glad that Simon chose to not do this retarded ass voice anymore. That voice is the Jar Jar Binks of Neebs Gaming.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I can see that. And I was never a fan.
And I don't know what this one was from. Sorry about that, Mr. Socio Party.
That's
not gonna lie, this intro is so fucking annoying to me. Sorry about that. I don't know where it's from, but I love you guys. DeLorean is my favorite, but he's ugly as fuck. Ugly AF. I just like that. Too.
But we don't know what entrance he's talking about.
No.
No, that might be the original. Might be one of those.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Sorry. Okay, from the battle parade from
Scrap Mechanic.
Devenius.
Wonderful
Yeah,
video.
Scrap Mechanic. I can't wait for the day that Scrap Mechanic resolves its lag issues, and then the day that Anthony resolves his Sonic lust issues.
He does love him some Sonic.
He does.
Yeah.
Scrap Mechanic. If you like building stuff, That game does not quit.
No.
I logged on yesterday to make a thumbnail for the one I'm working on. New stuff.
Oh, the stuff that they've added?
Already
I'm
new stuff.
overwhelmed right now with the things.
Cool things. Really
so,
cool things.
One of these comments coming up here. This is my new, I got the conflicting comments. This is a conflicting comment sandwich. Top one's from, I think, Al Sunday.
What's the sandwich part? Is it
You're going to
nice?
see.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, it's like the top. Yeah. I think it may be time to scrap the scrap mechanic videos, boys. I love you guys, but the scrap videos are going downhill. I'm sure it's hard to come up with ideas for this game. So maybe you could do a poll on social media to see if your community has any good ideas.
You're getting them.
Like maybe a good old-fashioned dogfight with planes or whatever. So
Yeah.
there's that one. This next one from Mulfowl says, hooray, more scrap. Can we please see a potato gun tanks, please? Thank you, guys are great. Great vid. Keep up the good work. And then from Alfredo Sauce, I'm not really feeling this scrap video anymore. I need a better series.
I was over scrap, and then
I'm
the
back-
stuff they added.
I'm back in.
Holy moly! The
There's
exploding barrels was enough.
and we're obviously
But on top of that, there's even more.
Well,
so
what,
much
Can
more.
you tell me one
radars
thing?
and
Dynamite with timers.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
like radar
Gravity
jammers,
things.
gravity adjustments on
Gravity
your vehicles.
adjustments on your- okay.
They've got like thrusters that you can tie to your steering that you don't have to wire shit. It just whichever way you're going, the thrusters will
Counter.
it'll work to where you're going.
What I like about the game is you can build a game in the game.
Yep.
Whatever you want to do, you can like, hey, let's like the races we've done or the whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of you make your own fun.
So with the new stuff, even more
So
options.
it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. I don't see because
Not till we
there's
get bored
so
of it.
many things we haven't even tapped
Well,
into.
yeah, I mean, it fell off for a minute, but then
Yeah.
as soon as they started adding in the guns and the explosive barrels and things like that, it's like okay,
They
this
came back
yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
things
we
we've been
can
talking
do more
about-
with this now.
That we'd like to see. I'd love to see fall damage, where a player could get hurt by falling, and I'd
At
like
least
to
have that
see
option. Yeah.
damage taken from the potato gun. Imagine
Yeah.
what we could do if we could
yeah.
battle each other that way.
We can make a battle royale map.
There you go. Do they have parachutes in the game?
They do
Oh,
for vehicles or things you build.
okay.
I think didn't Ada Hop use one in that
Yeah, with his plane, yeah.
with his.
I think it's a
plane?
mod.
What about people
maybe.
parachutes?
But now it's in one of the
people
mods,
parachutes
yeah.
would be good.
Anyway, this my last one from this is about the Battle Parade one from Kentucky Pete. I always wondered what would happen if the Avengers fought a marching band.
And now you know.
Now you know. You're welcome.
That marching band was impressive.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest chuckle I got out of the
so
video because I'm pretty sure I watched that one when I was in Georgia.
Nice.
And I was just on my phone late at night, and
Yeah.
the marching band got a pretty big laugh out of me. It's so
The
dumb
music
looking. I
lined
loved
up
it.
pretty
Yeah,
good and stuff.
It was great.
I had fun.
That was
with it.
that was my favorite scrap in a while.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Really enjoyed it.
Good.
Good work, Duralius.
Good.
Oh,
Nice. How about that thumbnail? Huh?
oh, what a good thumbnail.
Colors
Yeah,
on it?
what is going on?
I don't know,
Grouse
man.
is up to something.
I think
hiding
he's hired
something.
somebody
He's
else
hired
on the
someone to make his
side.
thumbnails.
Yeah.
They've been
to
good.
do it. Or this just proves that, he's been able to do it all along, and he's been pretty much giving us the finger for 3 years.
Fuck it. I'll put this up.
All right, whatever. I guess I'll be good at it.
Yeah.
Finally caved.
I'm good now. I'm done with my comments is what I'm saying.
Who was
Nice.
it? Should I?
Got two left.
Am I the guy? Two left.
Might have got.
Okay. Neebs up with the comments. First one is it's an old video. Neebs talks. I think vacations and hitchhiking.
Cool. Okay. But was it a recent comment? That's the
yeah.
most thing I'm concerned
Probably in the
about.
last week or two.
Perfect.
Why are you so concerned about that?
Because if somebody stopped watching a year and a half ago when they left a message, or they're less likely to watch this show, maybe. But if somebody's
Oh, you
in,
want them to.
I want them to be
I
able to
get it
hear
now.
themselves
Okay.
potentially.
This one's from, the name is Bad Opinions right here. Hey, Simon, I know there's no chance of seeing this comment, but that's why I thought it was crazy, because I went back to this old video randomly. But it says, I currently own a 65 Comet. I kind of think it might have been yours. Even if it isn't, it's an absolute turd. If you ever end up in the other half of NC, half an hour from the Asheville area, we can swap war stories.
Dude, I had a 65 Comet. I loved that car.
You know, the VIN.
It wasn't a turd. And the guy who bought it brought it back to the house. I didn't get to see it, but it was completely renovated.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that
I
car
know
was-
it got brought from what I had, which wasn't that bad,
To better.
to much better.
That car was beautiful.
It was a very nice, clean car, and it was a straight six. It wasn't the Caliente. It was the cheap version of the Comet. but I loved it, and I drove the shit out of that car.
What color was it?
It was
Baby blue.
Baby blue.
Ooh.
Baby blue with a black and white interior.
It was the perfect
and it was
color
the
for
original
that car.
color. It had the original parking sticker from 1965 from the old lady that I bought it from. It had 30-something thousand miles on it when I got it.
It's crazy.
And it had the dealership sticker still on it. So when I got it repainted, I got it repainted the same color, and they left the stickers on.
Cool.
But I loved that thing. It broke my heart to sell it.
It's
but
a
I
cool
needed
looking
the
car.
money.
Yeah, I just looked it up online just to see what you were
it's
talking
great.
about. Yeah,
that reminds me of it being in the parking lot when I lived with Simon.
Yeah. I delivered
Or in
pizza
the
and
driveway, I mean,
Domino's
yeah.
in that car
Yeah.
for like 2 years.
Man, that's a crime.
Crazy.
My next comment is from Batman, and it's from.
Hey guys.
Okay.
It's like just Batman. Like, how did he get that name?
Oh
for
man,
him.
must have got in early.
It's from Raft. We found it.
Can I just get this out real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Commenting on Comet. All right, carry on. Neebs.
Okay.
Batman says, Simon, were you in Lumberton, North Carolina at Belk's at 2:30? I saw someone who looked a lot like you. There's a lot of people wondering if they have your car.
Simon Sings.
Were you at Belk's
Yeah, I was at that Belk's. Yeah.
at 2:30?
Yeah, I was there about, I think it was closer to 3.
Doing some Christmas shopping, right?
Yeah.
Did you see Batman?
I was getting socks. I think there was some guy looking at me like he knew who I was but wasn't sure. It might have been him.
This was in Lumberton?
Yeah, in Lumberton at Belk. I was
2:30.
getting socks. It was closer to 3. I said, "Are you listening to what I'm saying?"
Okay.
Jesus, it's not that crazy. It's only
It's-
like what,
I
80
feel like
miles
you're just
from
going
here?
along with it.
No,
I feel like
it
you
was
weren't
me.
really there.
I was there.
Okay.
Do the math.
Hunter DeGruccio, this is from Scrap Parade as well. I've never laughed so hard while watching a marching band get beat up by the Avengers. Did you read that one?
No, I
almost
read
just-
something similar.
Yeah, I was about to say this feels like the same comment.
No,
as
but
before,
mine
it's-
was like,
Okay.
I always wondered what it would be like if the Avengers.
Yeah, so pretty much the same comment.
comment.
Yeah.
But now you know. Yeah.
Different guy, right?
The same comment.
Why'd I pick this one? This one's so long.
I don't know.
Look how wordy this is.
It's not that long.
Dean Koontz
You know
left
what?
a comment.
There should hold on. There should be a rule though from now on, okay? Whenever anyone says, "Can you please put this on commenting on comments?" leave that out of the read.
Yeah, because
right.
that's a.
I think we don't need to do that, and I've done it forever, but we're
Yeah.
changing it. So if any
All right.
of that is there,
All right.
I'm gonna try to get through this.
Try.
I picked it because I just thought it was a good comment.
I wish you luck.
Crutch Nut 56. I never realized how addicted I am to this channel. Started watching you guys around 100,000 subs. I've watched everything 2, maybe 3 times. It's heartbreaking to hear about your hurricane scenario. But as I said, I'm addicted and starting to get withdrawals. I assume because we were doing less videos during all that. I looked at a house today in Detroit with purple railings, painted white and black, and a black door, and I was like, I miss y'all. Can't even eat a sandwich without shedding a tear. I also ran into a 4'8" bald man. I called out thick, but he just looked at me strange. Anyway, can't wait for your lives to get back to normal. You are all dearly missed.
And what was the name of that person that Crutch Nut?
Crutch Nut.
Crunch Nut?
You were in Detroit buying socks at
I
that
was buying
moment.
socks.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
close,
was me.
3 o'clock. Closer
Yeah.
to 3. Right?
Yep.
I'm clearly over a foot taller than that man. Somebody on Instagram was like, "You look like a short Jason Statham." I was like, "I'm taller than Jason Statham. I've been in the same place with him."
Yeah, but you always see Jason Statham with the low angle shot, so he looks.
Well, those
Apple
shorter people,
boxes
that's
and-
what they do.
Yeah, they put him with kids.
And they stand him on a box when he's next to someone
Get on this
taller.
box, Jason.
But when he's running, he's got box shoes on.
Big clogs.
Full apple box. Tape to his face.
How do we cut dry this off today?
Because I'm on a roll. You're getting outshine.
Listen, I love it.
You feel.
All right, my last comment is from it's from Salmon. It's one of the raft videos. So I just used this pickup line from your best pickup lines video back in 2016 on my crush. And the line is, "Girl, did you fall from heaven? Because your face looks pretty messed up." And guess what? 15 seconds in the conversation, she blocked me. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yep.
Your instincts are poor.
The problem is, it sounds like it was done online.
Yeah, that never works.
Yeah.
This has to be face to face.
No,
you can't do
right.
that online.
Yeah, but I mean, if there was a funnier one that's an insult, that could work if you're saying it to the right person with the right sense of humor.
At the right time.
At the right time. There's
Yeah.
a lot of
The
rights
instinct
in
was
there,
off.
obviously.
So don't
Yeah.
give up on that pickup line. Just do it in person next time.
Right.
Copy paste. Copy paste.
That was your last one?
That was it. Yeah.
All right. I'm jumping in.
Do it, Simon.
You got him, Simon.
This is on the Spider-Man's playthrough.
Uh-huh.
And it says, thank Christ, Absro is playing. No offense, Nick.
I saw that comment. Yes.
And
I was good at that game.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah,
it's
it's
not.
fun.
I'm sure it's not easy, but you've played it a lot at home too. It is.
Yeah, no. When I was in Georgia, I brought my PlayStation with me, and I hooked it up to the TV in the guest bedroom, and I was able to play Spider-Man at night for a little bit. So I've had practice being the old web slinger
Nice.
because I knew we were going to do a playthrough of it. And I was like, I want to be good.
Oh, and that was from 55 Meds.
Yeah.
Andrew Ray says, I just watched a 3-minute ad on the Hank and Jed channel. I was just wondering if this still helps you guys on that channel. Love me some DNA. And yes, it does.
Yeah. If you watch any ads on any of our channels, it's a huge help. Thank you.
If you are new here and you didn't happen to know, there's stuff on Hank and Jed that we've produced, so you can go check it out. And thank you very much, there, Mr. Andrew Ray. Next comment is Breach Raptor New. Now, whenever there's a shark in a video, I always chant, "You get."
Makes sense.
Along with Dora with his spearing it. Dora for president of Neebs Gaming. You get.
Go on,
Get. That's it.
Yeah, someone made a meme of Duralius. Like we posted a picture of him on Instagram. What he was doing during the hurricane. He has this picture where he's like fighting something in VR. I think it was
Playing
like Hurricane
Hurricane
Simulator. But then somebody made a meme where it just said, "Go on, get."
You get.
That's perfect.
Now that's from like a guy who claims he had a Sasquatch sighting, right?
Oh, I don't know. I heard it's from actually a friend of mine, a girl named Nicole that used to say that. And she's just funny as shit.
I swear I've seen a guy who like they interview him like you
And
saw the
maybe she got
Sasquatch,
it
right?
from
And
that.
he's like, yeah, I've seen the Sasquatch right over there, and I said, you get, you go on and get.
Yeah, I'm not
Let's see if I
sure
can find it now.
where she got it. It might be from who the hell knows, but it tickled me when she.
That's just a
It's just
word.
Yeah, I know it is. I don't know what.
I knew this guy that said hello to people.
Well,
I think he
she's
came
like,
up with it.
She's from like up by Philly, so she wouldn't normally talk that way.
Right.
She's just funny.
Yeah, here you go. North Carolina man says he saw a Sasquatch.
This thing was 10 foot tall. He had beautiful hair.
The Sasquatch going after his dogs.
I come out here and rough talk him and run him off.
Got him to leave, called 911, then the creature came back.
And I said, get away from here. Get. Get. And he went right back out that path again.
Remember that?
It's just someone hiking the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, you get. Like what, man? I'm just hiking. Get. You get.
Yeah, he was probably tripping on mushrooms.
I
or
love the
something.
comment. He was like, I saw him. He had big, beautiful hair.
He had hair like Beyonce.
Like what
Right
a character.
cheer.
Yeah, God, sipping on his moonshine.
Do I have to worry about using that?
Yeah, I wouldn't use the video.
No,
Maybe,
not the
yeah.
video.
Or maybe just
Maybe
a
some
clip.
of the
Not the
audio.
whole video, but
Just
maybe
that
a
little
clip
bit of
from
audio
it.
at the end of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use a clip from it.
This comment is from, it was one of the Raft ones, and it's from Itak Lafar. It says, I can't believe Simon's impression. Casually sat in my wingback chair to then hear the bellow of a grown man trying to force out what can only be described as the most horrifying and brilliant of noises. Never stop being hilarious. And I'd forgotten all about that.
That was Raft?
Yeah.
That's when you were doing your App Store impression?
Yeah, I forgot about
Oh
it
my
until
God, I
you
loved it.
said, "Oh, did you watch the episode?" And I just watched it last night.
Great.
So today I was like, "Oh yeah, it was."
Let's hear it.
Oh no, I
You'd
can't.
have to
I don't
start
remember.
Yeah, you-
Really, I forget how
let
I
it
did
drag.
it. Then there was a lot of passion behind
Oh yeah.
me doing that.
You were
Yeah,
angry
were
because
pissed.
he didn't
I
like the
was.
comment you said.
I was. So I can't. I'm not gonna try to.
It just went
Do it
back
again.
and forth. It was great.
So I was really annoyed. It channeled. It was nice. I thought it was actually. I remember it being better. I listened to it. I was like, oh,
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
no, it wasn't. But my point came across.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what the
I felt
point
it.
was.
We knew what you were doing.
I lived it.
That's it.
Because you were
we were
going,
there.
I'm Appsro. Bleh. That's how,
No, I know.
that's how we knew.
I know you did. But I think the disdain was obvious in the way I was doing it.
Yes, it was.
And that's
Oh, yeah.
what it was about. It was about my obvious disdain for this motherfucker when we were recording. It was like, no, like now it's coming back.
Now
to
you're getting
me.
mad again.
I don't know what to do. Stop it. That's a little bit of that.
Oh my God.
That was like a drac choking on something.
Probably.
Don't forget to say I'm Appsro though, because that's
All right. No, well, that was maybe it was different. I'll have 10 different flavors of hatred if you want.
Yep.
You know, that was the Drac version. Jerry Reiner says if Duralius was here, and this is also on Spider-Man, if Duralius was here, he'd say Peter Parkour.
Oh, wow. I
I'm
didn't
just
have
saying.
to. You had it covered, buddy.
And I had this, and then I realized that it's probably false, but Josiah Wallace says on Raft, Neebs, you missed it. Watch the video again. It points to a map for a location of Utopia with a grid layout and a massive X that marks the spot. Durlinga should have spotted it. Looks like a map. My military bro letting me know, well, I mean, he was a Marine. And all the comments underneath that were like, no, it's bullshit. It's done. There's nothing there.
We
So-
saw it.
yeah. There's the map. It doesn't.
But,
there's
I
no
mean-
way to decipher.
Yeah, it's like a
where
grid,
the
but
X
yeah,
is.
there's no reference point or anything.
But we did go. It just made me think, though. We did go to that different place that there was nothing, and then we could probably go to another different place and another different place using that. And you
From
don't
what I
know.
understand, the game's just not
though.
done yet.
It's just done. It's just done as much as it is going to be done right now.
It'll be
And it's
updated,
officially
and
over
there'll be
right now.
well, right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
They're
you
gonna
cut that
update.
last one?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure we referenced it and you cut that out, right?
Which part?
We talked about those coordinates. I remember talking about them.
They weren't even like there's
Well, we couldn't use them.
there's no way to read those coordinates.
Right.
Right.
It's not
Because
like we
there's
have
nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's why I
anyway,
didn't
that
make
was
the
that
video.
was the comment. I was like, oh, I'm going to read this, and then I was like, oh no, there's probably nothing.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's a great
But
one to
there-
end up on.
I assume there's going to be something.
I still got one more,
Oh,
oh
awesome.
man.
so we're not going to end on that.
Yeah, there'll be something. That game will.
Yeah, you would hope.
Okay, so and the last one, Karim Abu Omar says, "Who else is excited for Friday night?"
Yes.
Friday night.
Friday
Friday
night.
night's coming up, guys.
It is.
It's coming up.
Coming up.
Oh yeah, and we still. Did you,
You look
say what it was?
excited.
You
I
haven't
am.
picked, you haven't picked a game, have you? You
Yeah,
look unprepared right
I got
now.
ideas.
No, well, you said
doesn't know.
You
I
really
do.
don't. You
I know.
kinda
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Well, that's what you said,
So
and I
you're-
believed you last time. You lied better last time, because you were like, "Oh, I know what we're doing."
But last year that was a double Friday week.
No, but last month,
Oh,
I
no,
think
exactly.
you said
I got
you
it
knew-
covered.
He
I got it
doesn't,
covered.
but he doesn't know.
So
exactly.
if you're listening to this and you're not caught up, go back and watch all the horror games we've done.
Friday night series.
Friday nights.
Man, they are.
yeah.
Duralius, I'm forwarding you a Steam key right now for a game.
Oh, I already got it figured out though. Thick. Thanks.
It's called The Works of Mercy, just in case.
Okay, thank you,
They sent it to us.
guys. We're playing Works of Mercy on Friday night.
I've never,
say,
even,
odds are
I've
pretty
never
good.
even seen the game. It's just somebody. It just so happened that the other day this popped up, and I was like, "Oh, Friday night, that's coming up." So
Yeah.
Kind of want to try Friday the 13th again. I remember when we
Ooh,
played
yeah.
that. That was fun.
I never played it. I'd love to. That-
Yeah. I mean, well, listen. I got this.
Okay. All right.
Well, you
all
were
right.
gonna
Well, I'm
do-
not saying for that. We could do that to a separate thing.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
You need pick something real creepy.
What day is Halloween on this year? Anyone
it's
know?
already-
Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, I remember.
So
yeah,
it'll be the
I remember
opposite.
looking at it because it's always weird when it falls on a night where the kids got to go to school the next day.
Yup.
Yeah. Simon said it was on 27th.
Hey.
God, speaking of kids,
Ooh, that joke.
yeah,
Huh?
and I tell you, it keeps on getting better.
It's so good.
Well, that was my last comment.
All right.
Oh,
Good comment.
Yeah.
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 Good comments.
I like
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah. Every
Lots of good
single one.
comments.
Thank
that,
them.
That,
Thank
that
them.
name you read a minute ago, did you rehearse that?
Karim Abu.
Yeah, you read it
Omar?
with confidence. Yeah. It was,
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's only so many ways you could say Karim, Abu, and Omar.
We probably had a pretty decent episode at this point. There was a
Yeah.
lot of good jokes in there, a lot of good wordplay.
Yeah. Is it time to bring back the earlier Adralius pun?
It's perfect.
Not that.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
We don't want to overdo Gloria Estefan. I feel like we do it a lot.
we couldn't. We couldn't if we tried.
She really is
I
pretty
think,
awesome.
Yeah, I think she overdid herself.
She should have her own
No.
font. Yeah. Gloria Estefan.
There you go.